Good morning. This tutorial is for students at the Carolina School of Real Estate, and it is designed to help them get into the Zoom meeting for their online class. A day or two before your class is scheduled to begin, you will receive an email from Lane Young, the director of the school. This email will contain lots of important information. It will also contain a link for registration and a link where you sign your contract. One piece of the contract signage is the information that you need on how to get online. You must get online from a computer. You cannot get on to the Zoom meeting from your phone. The screen will just not be large enough and you will not be able to participate appropriately. It is recommended that you use Google Chrome as your browser. It will be the browser that will work the best for you. If you do not have Google Chrome installed, go ahead and install it now and use it for the entire course. Another portion of the email will be a link to the Zoom room. This is the only thing you will need to do with Zoom. You do not have to go to Zoom early. You do not have to set up a Zoom account. You will click on the link that you will be provided in the email, and that will open up your Zoom room. Let's do it now. As Zoom opens, if you've not ever downloaded the app before, it will ask you to download the app. If you have downloaded the app before, which you will have after the first time you run the program, you will click openzoom.us. At this point, the meeting will come in. You will give your name, and you need to put in your first and your last name. This is for attendance purposes. Okay, so we need your first and your last name. This is so we can take attendance. Then you will click join, and you will enter into the meeting. Once you get into the meeting, you will have a screen that will pop up like this. And at this point, you will choose Join with Computer Audio. You can default it to automatically join audio by computer when joining a meeting, and I highly recommend that. If you're concerned about your speaker and your microphone, you can click on this button right here to test them. Let's go ahead and join with computer audio. Okay, so now we are in the meeting. First thing that you're going to want to do is down at the bottom, click on participants. This way you can see the participants. All of the students in the class will be here, as will your instructor. Your instructor may have you muted when you come in, and so if that is the case, here is how you can mute and unmute yourself. You just mouse over your name and choose mute or unmute. You will also see mute and unmute in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. You can mute and you can unmute. Another thing you'll want to do is you'll want to be able to play your video. So next to the mute button is the start video button. So you will click start video, and then you will be able to see your video, okay, if video is turned on. Then you will click stop video. Okay. Many instances you will have to put on your video at one point or another and then not have it on at other times. Next thing you need to know is how to participate in class. So below the participants list, there are several things that you can do. You can raise your hand and then lower your hand. You can vote yes. You can vote no. You can tell your instructor to go slower. I doubt you'll be telling them to go faster, but just in case, you could also tell them to go faster. Those are the main interactions that you will do. Another important part is the chat box. To open up the chat box, you click on chat, and here's where you can type a message. Let's see, I have a question about getting my license. At this point, the question will go out to everyone. You can also choose to send your question privately to your instructor. Your instructor may choose this option for having you submit answers to questions so that you won't be embarrassed if you get the wrong answer, right? Again, your instructor, though, may choose for you to just post your answers to everyone, and you can certainly post your questions here too. If turned on, your instructor will enable breakout rooms. And this is where you can go into a room with other students to work on particular assignments, and there'll be a time limit on that. And then after the break room is over, your instructor will close the break room and you will have 60 seconds to come back to your room. At this point, we're going to have just a little bit of interaction with our guest instructor today, and that is Julie Campbell. And Julie, is there anything you would like students to know when they are connecting to Zoom?
I think other than just trying to be on a few minutes early, I think internet and just technology can be tricky, quirky sometimes. So try to come on a few minutes early. Make sure you can get on. You can always run and get your coffee or or whatever while you're waiting for the class to start.
Awesome. Another thing that you may be asked to do or may need to do in a breakout room or at some point is share your screen. So to share your screen, you can click on the share screen button in the middle of Zoom or click on the green share screen button down at the bottom. Okay. If your instructor has disabled screen sharing, you will not be able to share your screen. If the instructor has enabled that, then you will be able to share your screen. That is totally about instructor preference. So just wanted you to understand what you might need to do if that were required in your class. When you are finished with class, then you may leave the meeting. Okay? You may leave the meeting. So all you need to do is click Leave Meeting. But before we leave the meeting, let's just look at one other thing. There may come a time, especially if you have the online textbook, that you need to switch back and forth between Zoom and something on the internet. So to do that, you can click on Google Chrome, go straight to the internet, do whatever it is you need to do there, and then click back on the Zoom icon, which is now loaded on your desktop. Right? It's going to be in your taskbar, and that will let you go back to the Zoom meeting. That should help you keep from getting lost. Hopefully this will help you get into Zoom, learn a little bit about how to use Zoom, and you will have a successful online class experience. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, everyone. Take care. And now it's time to leave the meeting.